It was a quiet evening when Emma stepped into the shower, unaware that her stepfather, Mark, was lurking outside the bathroom door. As the water ran, she caught a glimpse of movement through the frosted glass. Her heart raced. She quickly corvers her body and flung the door open, catching Mark red-handed. "What are you doing?" she demanded, her voice sharp with anger. Mark stammered. I thought I heard something. I was just checking." Emma glared at him. "Get out." Mark retreated, but the incident left Emma shaken. She confided in her mother, Sarah, later that night. "Mom, Mark was watching me in the shower. It wasn't an accident." Sarah confronted Mark, but he was quick to manipulate the situation. "Sarah, I swear it was a misunderstanding. I thought I heard a noise. Emma must have mistaken my intentions." Sarah, torn between her daughter and her husband, reluctantly accepted his explanation. But Emma wasn't convinced. She knew Mark's true nature, and she was determined to expose him. That night, Mark had a vivid, unsettling dream about Emma. He woke up in a cold sweat, guilt and desire warring within him. But guilt wasn't enough to stop him. The next evening, he crept into Emma's room as she was getting ready for bed. "Emma," he whispered, his voice trembling. "I can't stop thinking about you." Emma recoiled. "Leave me alone." But then, a plan formed in her mind. She softened her tone. "Not now, but maybe later." Mark's eyes lit up with hope, unaware that Emma was setting a trap. The next day, Emma confided in her mother again. This time, Sarah was ready to see the truth. Together, they devised a plan. Sarah hid in Emma's room while Emma dressed in a mini seductive dress to lure Mark in. Then Emma entered the room and tried to seduce Mark to see his intentions. Mark reached for her, his hands trembling with anticipation. But before he could touch her, Sarah stepped out of the room, her face a mask of fury and heartbreak. "Mark," she said, her voice shaking. "How could you?" Mark froze, his lies unraveling in an instant. Emma stood tall, her plan a success. "This is who he really is, Mom," she said, her voice steady. Sarah's tears flowed freely as she finally saw the truth. Mark's mask had slipped, and there was no going back. In the end, Emma's courage and cleverness exposed the darkness in their home, teaching Mark a lesson he'd never forget.